Hello there all you absolutely magnificent people, and welcome back to another episode of An Ecologist Plays, where we talk about nature while playing games. My name is Will, and today we are back in Empires of the Undergrowth. I think this will be, at least for the time being, the last time we head into the Amazon jungle, because we are going to be playing as an ant that has a very, very pleasant sting. Just kidding. Schmidt, the entomologist that's famous for his Schmidt Sting Pain Index, described being stung by this ant as walking over flaming hot coals with a 3-inch nail embedded in your heel. So that of course means today we are playing as the bullet ant. And well, this will be interesting. It's not going to be easy, that's for sure. So, into free play we go once more. And we are back on embankment. Now our base ant will be the black ant. Okay, so we'll have the black ant workers, we'll have the black ant soldiers, and then we'll have the bullet ants. Now bullet ants actually only have these workers. They're generally very big, they are monomorphic, in other words they are more or less the same. They aren't these minors and media and major workers, instead they're all major workers. But you'll see in a moment, in this game we can't just have the bullet ant colony. In this case we will need some smaller ants to actually get the colony going. But I'm going to put some rules in place in a moment. Now the bullet ants are big, they cost a lot of resources to make and a lot to actually hatch. But we're going to have lean pupation over here, which will give us a much reduced hatching cost. So instead of it costing 150 food to actually hatch, it's only going to cost 50 food to hatch, and that is very, very nice. Alright, this is our colony. We're going to have some big-headed ants in the area here. We're going to have some leafcutter ants again. We're going to have some leafcutter ants, the taunt, and we're going to have the leafcutter ants stun. Now, of these 4 species, the bullet ants as well as the 2 leafcutter ants will spend a lot of time in the canopy of the trees, whereas big-headed ants, they will be scurrying along the undergrowth as well, perhaps going into the trees as well, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Alright, and I think I'm ready to die, so let's play this level. And here we go. Let's start out by digging into that little section over there. Let's just, have the basic start, and then we almost immediately have to dig out, because there's no more food for us. Okay, so our colony is at the top here. That's good. I think that's a good spot to be. There's a nice whip spider right over there for us to harvest. Now, the way we're going to play this, because Paraponera clavata over here will only have the one-sized soldier, we are going to first start out by having the normal worker ants of the black ants. We're going to make a nice big chamber of those. Once we have got that all leveled up to tier 3, we are then going to replace them. I know it sounds horrible, but we're going to replace them. We're going to then replace them with the black ant soldiers. And once that chamber is full and completely upgraded, we are going to then put down Paraponera clavata. That's the way I'm going to limit myself here, because just to play easily is not the way I'm going to be doing this. Now, when we start out, we are going to have to play very, very carefully, because, well, this is going to be a dangerous place to be. Here already comes our first potential disaster that Katie did over there, but it's gone again. Okay, here we go. There's Odontomachus over there. Odontomachus being very, very distantly related to our Paraponera, our bullet ants. But the bullet ants are kind of sitting on an empty branch in the tree of life. They're kind of just like there. And I'll talk about that in a moment. Just need to focus on what's happening over here. As is so often the case, the start is the most dangerous. This is where a lot of our ants will be dying. But if we can just have a good start over here, unfortunately there is going to be Odontomachus attacking us, and I think this may kind of almost spell doom for our little group of ants here. Or maybe not, maybe they can actually defeat it. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Where are you going? Going home for no reason, okay. Well, okay, even the predators are starting to attack one another. There we go, the rove beetle larva and that katydid decided, you know what, we've had enough of each other, we're going to attack one another. Luckily we do now have a nice squadron of little black ants over here. And we can now start leveling them up. Soon. Okay, everybody feed. Unfortunately luckily that katydid is looking worse for wear. We should be able to defeat him, there we go, okay, great. Nice source of food. Oh, there's a big one over here. Unfortunately, it is a little bit too strong. It's there. Oh, maybe we can do that. Never mind. We have done it. Initially, we are going to keep to ourselves. We are not going to go out looking for trouble. We're not going to go to anywhere near any of the ants' nests. We don't want them potentially coming for us. Now, we've got to our right-hand side, we've got the big-headed ants. Oh, that's going to be a major threat to us, potentially. And then there we've got a leafcutter ant, and leafcutters some more on this side as well. Okay, let's continue upgrading, shall we? The sooner we've got these upgraded, the sooner we can actually start our soldier group. Now, even though bullet ants are largely predatory, they also will be feeding on nectar. So if we've got the chance to get honeydew, well, we are going to go for honeydew as well. If there are aphids in this general area, we're definitely going to go for that. Now, as I said, they do spend most of the time actually up in the tree. They are very arboreal in nature. And that means they won't necessarily come into contact with the fidelay ants over here, the big-headed ants. But they would come into contact with leafcutter ants that may spend time up in the canopy grabbing some leaves to bring down to their nests. I see our ants, they're just busy feeding. They're ignoring almost everything that's trying to attack them until they actually bite. And then it's like, okay, now you die. You've done messed up, little jumping spider. Brilliantly colored jumping spider. Unfortunately, yeah, even being a jumping spider, not enough to save it. Ooh, we really need to upgrade again. Wonderful. Okay, that whip spider is now completely gone, which means we're going to just quickly bring our colony in here. I would like to just open up some of these areas. So let's bring our soldiers, in essence, to this area. And this area over here, please. Whole bunch of rove beetle larvae that need to be taught a lesson. This is what Paraponera would be. They are predators, after all. Okay, now, we can make a small group of little workers over here that will just be doing the business of the colony. And we will have a new chamber right over here. This is going to be our second chamber. Now that we are going to be replacing these ones with soldiers, we are going to be placing down some more workers over here. We do have a velvet worm over here as well. Going to be a bit of a pain, but we should be able to, yeah, we should be able to kill it quite easily. And then we can get to work placing down a new chamber of workers. And then, of course, the sad bit, destroying these level 3 ants. We're just going to send all our ants over here to this whip spider. I think they are going to come past this lovely funnel web spider over here and probably going to get trapped by it. And there are some fire ants that are also feeding on this whip spider. This is a bit of a problem. I don't like the fire ants being here, but you know what? We are going to just try our best. And then as we build these ones up, we destroy these ones. So as we upgrade, we destroy. And now we can actually place down our first soldiers, which is marvelous. I see the leafcutter ants are on a mission. Where are you guys heading? Are you heading to the... Looks like you're heading to the big-headed ants. Yeah, you are heading to the fidelay. Well, I'm glad they are attacking them and not me. But the fidelay are... Oh, they're just busy collecting some nectar over there. That's fine. Some honeydew. Yo. And you guys, you are possibly heading to me. That's not good. That's not good at all. No, never mind. You are getting distracted. Are you? Yeah, you're heading over here. Ah. Are you guys going to fight? You should be fighting because, yeah, you are two rival colonies of leafcutter ants. A bit of intraspecific competition happening here. Okay, now the problem is we have really run out of food above ground. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to find food underground. Because at the moment we can't come to this side to get to the caterpillars here, which these bullet ants would do. They would go for caterpillars like that. We don't have access to the honeydew over here. None of that, because well, these guys are warring one another. They are really just fighting. They are having a very fun time trying to kill one another. Now, there are some seeds here that we could try to dash for, but we won't make it before these soldiers actually arrive as well. And the moment they arrive and we attack them, they're going to go, okay, well, fine, now we kill you. So let's dig through to this area over here. Okay, that is an adult rove beetle. We should be able to destroy that. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. Yeah, I think we lost 2 ants in the process there, so that's fine. Those are acceptable losses. And some young whip spiders as well. Brilliant. Those nice long antenniform forelegs, and that one is dead. And the second one should be dead soon. There we go. Now we've got so many dangerous things around here. We've got the harvestmen running around here. Quite a few harvestmen actually. But we've got a nice-ish army now. We may be able to do this. I'm really just keen. Ooh, there we go. This is perfect. Finally, we've got aphids that popped up here. So these are technically root aphids. They're feeding on the roots of the little plants over here. But you know what? This is a very, very valuable food source. It does mean that we've got to pass through constantly. Go past the funnel web spider over here, which means we will most likely be caught by it. There we go. That one, for example, was attacked by it. He's being a real menace. We shall call this one Dennis. There we go. Dennis is dead. So now, of course, now that the water has receded, we've got a whole bunch of leafcutter ants coming along here again, trying to go wage war upon the big-headed ants. Now, ideally, before we are attacked by everybody else, we would have our big bullet ant soldiers ready. And you can see here, they're running right past our colony. Our colony is right up here. We, thus far, have been minding our own business. If we get our bullet ants, however, we are going to be in the pound seats. And there we go, bullet ants. Now I know these are not bullet ants, I mean they currently are black ants, but we'll have bullet ants coming along soon enough. A lot of the workers that actually go to forage up in trees actually collect the lovely little droplets of nectar. But not just nectar from flowers, they tend to go for what we call extra floral nectaries. In other words, nectaries in addition to the nectaries found in flowers or outside of flowers. Those nectaries, usually found on leaves and stuff like that. You'll find little bumps, and in these cases they are actually secreting nectar. And the idea is most likely that those plants secrete nectar so that ants like the bullet ants can come to them and then in essence protect them. I was really hoping the aphids would pop up because they are such a reliable food source, and a reliable food source like this is exactly what the big bullet ants would need to sustain their colony, because well, it takes a lot of food to sustain those massive bullet ants. I'm really surprised by the Fidelay ants. I mean, they've been under attack by leafcutter ants for so long, yet they have survived. But I think they are basically doomed now because those leafcutter ants are going into that colony now. So I think they are kind of screwed now. Well, they had a fun run. And there we go, we've got another chamber fully upgraded. So this, of course, now means, again, we are going to be using up a lot of resources because, well, we are now going to be taking our workers over here, changing them into soldiers, and taking these soldiers and changing them into the proper bullet ants. And this will take a while, so I'll be back in a moment. In the meantime, though, yeah, the Fidelay ants are dead now. So the leafcutters are now moving in, harvesting all the leaves here. This is most likely why they were attacking the Fidelay. They were trying to get to all the leaves that are up here, because they've still got some leaves up down here. I thought they were running out of leaves, but no, there's still quite a bit of leaves they can harvest for their colony, for their fungal farms. Now, of course, at some point, these two leafcutter ant colonies will start fighting one another. I think at the moment they're mostly focusing on finding leaves, but this marching column over here, yeah, almost looks like it's heading over. I think it is actually heading over to the other leafcutter colony, so they're kind of in danger. Okay, we have movement though. We've got a whole bunch of leafcutter ants coming along, and I'm wondering, are they coming to feed or are they going to attack us now? No, they're going back. Okay, never mind that. Oh, they are themselves under attack. You know, we are just kind of waiting it all out. Eventually, these guys will tire one another out. At the moment, it's quite interesting though, that the two colonies are kind of keeping each other in check. We very often see that in predators though, where, for example, lions and hyenas, they constantly attack one another. Well, not constantly, I mean, they don't go out and like, we're going to constantly attack one another, but they very often will kill one another. And so too leopards and lions and all kinds of predators, that interspecific interaction there with them killing one another keeps all the predators kind of in check. And likewise here, these two could actually both attack me and I will be screwed if that happens. But they're attacking one another. They're using resources on attacking one another and defending against one another, not giving either one of these two colonies the opportunity to really get strong enough to come and wipe me out. In the meantime, I'm just minding my own business and building up my forces over here. Oh, I think this leafcutter colony over here is kind of screwed. Yeah, I think so. Well, you know what? We could actually use... We should actually have already done this. We can use all our workers and soldiers, everyone that's been gathering, to go and collect the eggs of this Phytolay Maurici ant over here. That's going to be a nice bunch of food. I don't know whether bullet ants actually will go for ant colonies. I don't think they do go for ant colonies, and I don't think they eat the eggs and stuff like that. But you know what? Food is still food. Oh, there we go. The second queen is dead. So it's just this leafcutter colony over here that's left. Oh. In the meantime, I do believe... There we go. Now, both chambers have been completely upgraded, and we can actually start plopping down our first proper bullet ant soldiers, which is pretty much right on time. Let's see, how are things looking in here? Oh, there are no eggs here. Oh man, this was a waste of time. Okay, so let's quickly grab food here then, shall we? And go back, because we may be in danger soon. And then just come back and feed on the aphid honeydew right there. Because wow, we are going to be needing a lot of food now. But here's the thing, you can see how big these pupae are. I mean, they grow, and they're massive in size. And these ones won't hatch. They will only hatch once they are level 3. So we've got to upgrade them to level 3. Each one, to plop down and to upgrade, it costs 150 food per egg and per upgrade. So yeah, it's not feasible to just start out with them. And look at that, what we've got would be all the leafcutter ants coming to attack us. So let's just bring all our ants down to the nest, defend this section over here. So we only have to kill everything that's coming into the nest. And there are lots of them coming.
A few moments later.
But yeah, we have repelled them. They're going away again. Great stuff. We also have some poppy seeds here that we can collect. And well, yeah, the ants here will go for, even for plant matter as well. They would go for fruit or seeds, but they're mostly predatory, which is to me at least a little bit strange. I mean, most of the Ponerine ants in the, well, at least in the Ponerini subfamily, they are typical, like, carnivores, like the Odontomachus, the trapjaw ants, and Megaponera, the Matabele ant. But these guys, they go, yeah, we mostly predators, but you know what's also very nice? Nectar. And you know what's also very nice? Maybe a bit of plant matter every now and again. Oh, we are under attack again. Let's just come back into the nest. Oh, and never mind, they are going again. Oh, there's a whip spider right by our base here. Right by our nest. This is going to be a marvelous food source for us. This massive whip spider here, though, will be enough for us to place/upgrade 10 bullet ants. It's ridiculous. I definitely see the use of bullet ants in the Formicarium challenges, because they are massive in size, and there you can repeat missions, get a lot of food, and then just have these in your colony. However, to play as them in free play is challenging, to say the least. Okay, we finally can upgrade 1, 2, but not to tier 3 yet. And here come the leafcutter ants once more. Oh, never mind, you are under attack by the mantis. I'm sure that thing just appeared out of thin air. It was so well camouflaged, and the next moment it just appeared. I mean, look at that beautiful coloration there. We just go in here. I mean, look at... Oh, okay, there we go. Look at that mimicry. Really looking so much like a leaf, with the midrib, the middle vein there, and the side veins. Even some damaged spots on the wings there. Looking like damage to the leaf. That is just absolutely amazing. Yeah, well, this mantis is our little guardian angel, it seems. Perfect. Okay, that whip spider has been consumed. Now let's kill Dennis over here. Dennis, oh, 2 Dennises. Deny. And we are denying them feeding on our whole colony. And then we can just go over there as well. Get some constant food. Are you guys, some of you are coming into the nest. No? You're going back. Okay. Yeah, you take the fight to them. You take the fight to them. Brilliant. Oh, we're going to have our first proper bullet ant soldier now. We're just going to plop the soldier. Oh, hello there. There's a harvestman in the nest. We're just going to get that soldier of ours to actually come down here. Get rid of that harvestman that's running around here. It's a little bit slow. I mean, you are massive, so yeah, of course you're going to be a little bit slow. But look at that. Big, big, big ant. Almost said spider. Big ant. You're going to sit here and protect our nest against the leafcutter ants, which are still trying to come through, but still haven't defeated that mantis. The mantis is almost dead, but man, it has been annihilating the leafcutters trying to get to me. And it has given me the opportunity to actually get my first big, big, big bullet ant here. Now, the reason I said earlier that they are kind of alone on a branch on the Tree of Life is these guys are the only ones in their genus, the genus Paraponera. Ponera is a genus of ponerine ant, I mean the Matabele ants and those, they're the Megaponera. They're all in that Ponerini subfamily. These guys are in the Paraponerini, the Ponera adjacent. Para means adjacent to or near, because they kind of resemble those ones. All the Ponerini ants, they're called the ringbum ants because their gaster, their abdomen over here, actually has this little indentation, this ring in there. And well, these ones also have it, but they are unrelated. They are very distantly related. They're not in the same subfamily. They are in the Paraponerini subfamily. Now, Paraponera, this is the only species alive still, clavatus. Clavatus meaning club-shaped, kind of referring to that abdomen over there. But they are the only species that's alive in the Paraponera genus. There was one other species in the genus, Paraponera diteri, but that species is extinct. It's known from amber, and they look almost exactly like the Paraponera clavatus that we've got over here. So in the Tree of Life, there are so many ant species. It's a very densely branched section of the tree, but these little guys are sitting on a lone little twig, just doing their best, doing what they do. Ah, here come the leafcutter ants. Let's just get our main marching column back as well. So when they inevitably kill that rove beetle and come into the nest, yeah, they find a nice little surprise waiting for them. Lots and lots of ants. This shouldn't take long. There's a reason I wanted to get my lovely, lovely bullet ant soldiers properly. Big stinger there. Of course, that stinger is how they deliver a very, very potent venom. Now they've got their marching column coming along again. They have defeated that mantis, so that's why they are attacking us again now. And as they come in, they're going to meet our lovely bullet ants here. So let's just bring our ants a little bit and attack a bit more. There we go. One shot. That's a nice execution attack there. These poor leafcutters are not standing a chance here. We technically could invade their nest already and end it, but I want a proper bullet ant colony. But can you imagine bullet ants as big as they are, carrying little nectar droplets between their massive, massive jaws? But yeah, they would. They very often will be carrying down little droplets of nectar, sugary junk food in essence, back to their colony. Although for them it's not junk food, for them it's a lifeline. Oh, there is, or there was, never mind, there was a velvet worm over here by our colony. And here they come again, only to be met with a fierce resistance. Yeah, now you've messed up. You have really messed up now. Ooh, these guys have got a whip spider to also contend with. Shame. Oh, never mind, we also have one. Ah, we can destroy this though. Surely we can. Yeah, we should be able to. Oh, it's dazed. It's kind of sleeping. It's paralyzed. Paralyzed with pain. Now that potent venom, of course, does serve two purposes. It, of course, is a very nice way to kill prey, but at the same time is also a very nice way to defend your nest. So if you are under attack, or if something like an anteater or so were to try and get into your nest, a nice potent venom will hopefully deter them and tell them, no, go away. Don't disturb our nest. Alright, and now we almost, there we go, there's another one. Now, when we actually do attack these guys over here, these leafcutter ants, we are just going to send, at least initially, to see how it goes, we are just going to send our bullet ant soldiers. This is a bullet ant colony after all. It should be able to sustain itself. It shouldn't need all these other little ones as well. And here we go, one army against another. Shame, I don't think they really stand a chance though. No, they don't, and they realize it. Off they go again. Now here we've got another whip spider, and we constantly have little fire ants coming along, and we are doing what we call interference competition, where we are trying to exclude them from feeding on this whip spider over here and actually, getting food from it. So we kind of have set up a territory, and that's typical interference competition. And here comes another army to the slaughterhouse. And I think they're going to very quickly realize the mistake as they all get executed. Yeah, there we go. Off you go again. Don't mess with bullet ants, come on. And also with us actually getting our bullet ants over here, we are doing two things. We are preventing them from actually getting access to our colony, but also blocking them from, this way at least, getting access to the leaves that's right over here. So we are keeping them away from resources as well, which is, that's also interference competition. As we're just going to upgrade our last 4 bullet ants over here. Let us now end this threat once and for all. So we're sending in a bunch of little miner workers, media workers. Yeah, they're all screwed. The bullet ants, unlike a lot of the other ants, like the army ants we've played as before, and the driver ants, and the slave maker ants, and all those, they don't go and raid ant nests per se. They are mostly actual predators, hunting things in the undergrowth, not raiding the other ant species in the area. But as mentioned, they are surprisingly omnivorous as well. I think these guys have had some difficulty with food, and we now just are completely wiping them out. There goes the queen. Shame, 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 shame. There's something big here. Oh, that's a dragonfly over here as well. Ooh. Okay. We have defeated the leafcutter ants. We've defeated everything. Well, kind of. The leafcutters defeated one another and the big-headed ants. And then eventually we destroyed the one leafcutter ant remaining. Now, I do want to see if we can actually perhaps destroy that dragonfly. Let's see, it is currently flying along here. There we go, there it is. I'm not sure whether it will even come to roost. If it plops down on the ground, that'll be great. But I've got no idea whether it will. Oh, it will. Apparently it will. The great blue skimmer is right over here. Okay, there we go. Paraponera, clavata to the attack. And yeah, that was its mistake, coming to land. The moment it landed, it died. Almost the moment it landed, it died. Alright, that's a nice food source for us as well. Oh, match up here. Oh, wow. 1-on-1, the mantis versus the bullet ant still wins. That is very cool. Oh, the aphids are no longer here. Okay, so that food source of ours has also dried up, but there is a new patch over here. Now, of course, the bullet ants famous for being used in initiation rites in the one tribe in the Amazon, where they make gloves of things like the palm fronds, and then you insert a whole bunch of these bullet ants stingers into the glove, and then you put your hand in there, smoke is blown onto the ants to agitate them, and then they sting you, and you've got to go through that a number of times before your initiation is complete. Your arms are paralyzed after being stung by these ants. Your arms are paralyzed for quite a while. I think a few days. The arm is kind of paralyzed. So very, very potent venom. Safety in numbers, not massive colonies though, only about 2,000 or so of them in a colony, but that's enough. That's enough to terrorize an area quite nicely. Thankfully, they are not extremely aggressive. They don't generally go and attack humans, for example, unless they are provoked. But if you go, and you put them in the glove and you blow smoke over them, of course, they're going to attack you then. Alrighty, but I think that is probably a good spot to end today's episode, everybody. So thank you very much for joining me in the Amazon once more. Of course, on Friday, there's another Monster Hunter World video coming out. And then next Tuesday, it is going to be an explosive episode. So until next time, everybody, stay safe. I'll see you all soon. Cheers!